So on my last video, I talked about juicing and some of the health benefits of hydrating and just really helping to improve your energy levels. But I wanted to go a little bit deeper in this video talking about how juicing can really help to heal your gut. And so I predominantly do a lot of juicing throughout the spring and summer months. I live in Canada, so the winter time I don't really do it as much. And I just eat quite a bit different throughout the fall and winter. I really eat with the seasons. So if you take a look at my other video where I talk about that more in depth, you'll see that I don't really have any particular diet. I really just go intuitively with what feels good. And throughout the winter and the summer and the spring months, I just eat very different. But I love to eat with what grows in the summer and in the springtime. So juicing really fuels my energy and it makes me feel really good. So some of the tips that I like to give to people when they're starting off juicing is to start off with more things that are going to hydrate you and have the juice taste good, because you want to be able to make sure that you're drinking it. So number one, having some celery for the cluster salts and helping to hydrate your body is really great. Also, cucumber is one of the most beautiful things because it's full of silica. And so that's really great for skin health, hair, nails, really help to hydrate your body as well. I also like to add in some organic apples. So all of the vegetables that I typically do are organic, but I love to do the organic apples as well because that really helps with just giving it some flavor and just like keeping my energy levels up while I'm juicing, because I like to start juicing in the morning and throughout the afternoon. So I'll sip on, this is just a small one, but then I have two other big ones that I like to do throughout the day. Some of the juices that I really avoid, and this again, everybody has their opinion on it. This is me. I definitely never juice any spinach because for me, it upsets my stomach and it can really affect people if they have sensitivities to oxalates, because the spinach tends to be really high in that. So it can really upset their stomach. It can cause them to feel really bad. And then it really off-puts them from continuing on juicing or feeling good. So I don't do that. I don't juice kale. This is me, guys. I literally, if you do it and it works well for you, then I am super happy for you. What I'm saying is through my own personal experiences that these juices do not work, and my body says no. So if you are new to getting on the health journey, then I would just avoid those for right now and really try to stick with juices that are going to make you feel your ultimate best. So another thing that I really like to do, and that's also just amazing for gut health, is ginger. So you can add a bit of ginger into your juice. You can also add some lemon. So I usually do that first thing in the morning. When I do a juice first thing in the morning, I'll do a little bit of that. And then I do like to add different things. So sometimes I'll do, like after a workout, then I will juice the cucumber. I might do a little bit of celery, and then I'll do some pineapple. I know some people, and I've watched a lot of videos where people do just fruit juices. Like some people really do well with watermelon or whatever. And again, if that works for you, that's really great. I don't really do well with high fruit. So I find that it makes me more tired. And I know that that's more probably an insulin thing, especially, if you've worked on your insulin and insulin resistance, it can be reversed. However, now if we're going through a really stressful period of time and our cortisol levels are really up, it can create that insulin resistance issue again within our life, even if you're eating absolutely wonderful, there's no processed foods or sugars or anything like that. So that's what I kind of find that doesn't work for me unless it is a post-workout drink. So if I'm doing a really great weight workout and then I want to have some watermelon in the summertime, or if I want to juice some of the pineapple, then I will do that too. And all of these juices are really good with helping to heal the gut, because all of the juices have different properties and different enzymes in order for our body to heal. What's also really beautiful with it is it's getting our digestion a break from all the heavy foods that we're eating. And I do eat meat in the fall and in the winter, but I don't really my body just, again, like I said, intuitively, I don't like to eat it throughout the spring and summer. I just don't really feel that it resonates with me the best. So I just do all the fruits and vegetables and, different shakes and stuff that work for me, salads, all kinds of other different foods. But anyways, that's just kind of how I roll with that. So when we're doing a lot of high meats, for some people, if you're dealing with a lot of stress and your digestion is a mess, then it might be a really good idea to give it a break for a little bit, just because it takes a lot of energy for your body to digest meat. And if you're already stressed out, and then what happens is that we have vasoconstriction. So all the blood leaves our intestines and goes to our extremities. And so that's why digestion pretty much comes to a halt. So if you're always in a really big stressful state, then you are probably not going to the bathroom frequently. So you're probably having a lot of issues with constipation, or maybe the opposite, a lot of diarrhea. And what's happening either way is that your microbiome and your gut bacteria are completely being wiped out. It's being, altered. And so you're having a lot of issues. And when we have gut issues, everything else is affected, because 98% of diseases start in the gut, all inflammation, all of it. And so when we have those issues, it's really important to take a second and say, what can I do to really help rebalance my gut? What can I do to really help heal my gut and heal my body and heal my mind? Because as I've said 8 million times, and I'll say it one more time, is that our gut and brain are not two separate entities. We have the gut and the brain are connected. So when we have inflammation in our gut, we have it in the brain. So when we start to really take a step back and give our digestion a break so that it can do what it needs to do, and especially when you're in that stressful state, we don't need to eat all the heavy food that we typically eat, the processed foods, the sugars, the high meats. We can give it a break so that we can be with ourselves, help to figure out different methods, which you can watch my other video that I talked about stress and different things that we can do in order to really connect with ourselves again, get grounded, disconnect from social media, stop watching the news altogether, make that maybe a life mission to never turn on the news, because it doesn't matter. What you're doing for your own body and what you're doing for your own life is what we need to hone back in. I think too many of us are too concerned about what's going on in the world when we need to focus on ourselves. If each one of us really takes the time to fall in love with ourselves and fall in love with our life and really focus on how we can make our own life better in the sense of helping others, being loving to others, being loving to our family, building ourselves up, focusing on yourself and your health, then that ripples out. And if you can imagine if every single person did that, what kind of world we'd be living in? Because people aren't so concerned and consumed with, yelling and trying to scream their beliefs onto another person, because as we know, that doesn't work. What we need to do is fall in love with ourselves and live our best life. And then people are like, oh, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing to be so healthy? What are you doing to be so happy? What are you doing to being so abundant that, I would like to learn from you, and can you share your experiences? That's how people, grow and learn and change, is by you walking the talk and you being the best version of yourself, and not trying to force or yell or get angry, as we see in all areas of the world right now, where people are trying to make people believe a certain way or make people, be whatever, you know what I'm saying. It's really important for us to just ground ourselves and be the best version of ourselves so that we can have a better life. And scaling back here for a second, that all starts with us. So if you have a messed up gut, you're not going to the bathroom, you are having really bad digestive issues, then what is the biggest problem with that? Well, you are creating a really toxic environment within your gut, because your putrid, all that meat, all that processed foods, all that fast food that you've been eating, all that alcohol is being putrefied in the gut. It's not being released. And so it's going back into the system. It's causing, a lot of toxic effect throughout our whole cells, our whole cellular system. We have like over 75 trillion trillion cells within our body, and all of them now are full of toxins because we are not eliminating properly. So we need to kind of go back in time for, babies, where we need to be going to the bathroom, having a bowel movement at least 2 times a day. If not, at least once. Like, it really scares me when I see people that are only going to the bathroom 1 time a week or 1 time every 2 weeks. That is absolutely not okay at all, because your system is becoming backed up. It's creating a lot of mental issues because, like, again, your mood is really affected by the food that you were eating, and really affected whether you're detoxifying your body properly, and affecting your sleep. It's affecting your cortisol. It's affecting all your hormones. It's affecting absolutely everything. So just taking a step back and really helping to heal and repair your gut is really going to help to reset your whole system and your mind. And when I start to get into the juicing lifestyle throughout the summer, I sometimes do juicing fasts and juicing cleanses, and that really puts me into a beautiful spiritual state where my meditations are a lot deeper, where I feel more connected to myself, where I feel more connected to my relationships in my life, and I feel a lot happier because I am detoxifying all those things. And especially, like I said, when we are going through a lot of stress and all these different stressful periods, then all those emotions, when we are detoxifying, are being released too. And that's why I think a lot of people give up on, if they're getting rid of all these pops and foods and all these things and alcohol. When we're detoxifying, we're not just detoxifying on a physical level, we're detoxifying on a mental level, because when we are doing these things, we're suppressing these emotions. When we're drinking alcohol, or we're drinking or taking drugs, or pharmaceutical drugs, even, like a lot of people are taking all these antidepressants and, anxiety drugs and everything, and then it's suppressing what needs to come out. So there's a lot of emotions that we're putting down. And so when we're juicing and we're giving our body a break and we're not chewing, and I feel like chewing is another, mechanism to push things down, is when we're not doing any of that stuff, then we have to sit with ourself. We then have to feel the emotions. And sometimes that's really difficult. We're allowing those emotions to come out. We're allowing ourselves to feel. We are in a society and a time, guys, that we are being brainwashed and gaslit to not feel. Oh, take this drug if you're feeling this. Take this drug. Oh, your kid is like not sitting down and your kid is overactive, and they'll give him this drug. Let's not look at the food. Let's not look at the food dyes. Let's not look at the fact that kids are not getting remotely the activity that they need outdoors and connecting with nature. No, let's drug everybody right now. And this needs to change. We're in 2024. So our consciousness of the planet is raising, the consciousness of you guys is raising, and now we're realizing that system doesn't work. And suppressing is not where we're at. We are in a time where allowing our emotions to come out, feeling our feelings, and then dealing with them in appropriate ways that is safe, and that we are able to become the best version of ourselves is now. This is the time. So I know going from juicing to gut health to spirituality seems like a lot, but it all kind of ties in because we are a whole system. We're not just a physical being. We're a physical, spiritual, energetic being on this planet. And for order for us to be the best version of ourselves, we have to take a look at our whole self. And so that's really, really important. And so really focusing on starting with your gut health, and maybe for you that is juicing, then that is beautiful. And then the next video, I'm going to go deeper into talking about other gut health supplements that you can take and foods that you can take if you're not juicing, so that you can really get on the best path for yourself. But I wanted to really get into this because digestion is a massive component to a lot of people's health, and a lot of people have so much sludge and a lot of issues going on in their body that they have to start to eliminate. And so it's not just like the toxins, it's the parasites, it's the emotions, it's all of it that is making a big problem within ourselves. It's the inflammation, and the inflammation in our brain, and then it's causing all this rippling effect of our hormones, everything. So taking a step back and taking a look at that, and that can start with just having 1 to 2 juices a day, and it can start with like eventually doing more. It can start from like maybe giving your digestion a break, like I was saying before, is cutting out meat for a few days, or just changing your eating patterns where you just start taking out processed foods. Maybe that is what you need to do. Or maybe you're drinking too much pop. Maybe you're having too much alcohol, and just starting with that. It's baby steps too. Oh, sorry, I have a toddler in here. So maybe it's those things that you need to just take a look at first. So anyways, guys, I will talk to you on the next video. I hope you have a great day. And if you like this video, you can like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.